Nearly 7 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's, according to the Alzheimer's Association, but that number is expected to skyrocket to 13 million by next year. So to help break the stigma and educate the public, there is a walk planned for this weekend. And joining us today to talk more about this from Alzheimer's Tennessee, Kay Watson and Jill Smith. Thank you both so much for being here today. So a big important walk coming up this weekend. And Jill, there's a special reason why you want to be a part of this. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, well, I've been walking for over 20 years personally. My grandfather and my uncle passed away from this terrible disease many years ago. And I also walk for the caregivers because donating their time and energy and love for our loved ones means a great deal to so many of those suffering with the Alzheimer's disease.
And can you talk a little bit about what it was like to have two different loved ones and to sort of watch that journey with this disease?
It was just heartbreaking, really. Just seeing them go day to day, not remembering things, and also, you know, my parents being caregivers for my grandfather as well as my uncle, and then I had other aunts and uncles that were caregivers to both of them when we couldn't be there at their side. And it's just heartbreaking, the things that they would remember and that they wouldn't remember, but they were still loved by so many. And like I said, the caregivers are the most important people that you can ask for.
And we talk a lot about those when Kay comes on to talk, and you just had a workshop recently for caregivers. And I think that's a really good indication that this disease can have such a domino effect on a family and a community, and why the support is so needed. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure, absolutely. So Alzheimer's Tennessee, we want to support the individuals who are living with this disease. So we have a lot of programs for those who are living with memory loss, especially earlier in the disease process. But then our caregivers, on average, there's about 4 caregivers for every individual living with this disease. So that's a lot of people. I always say that you would need 5 Neyland stadiums full on game day to see the individuals plus all their caregivers accommodated for. And so we do work a lot with the families, and I think families, you know, have to figure this disease out. It's a brain disease, and you look at your loved one and they look the same, you know, maybe aging, but the same, and they're not the same. Their brain is not the same, and it affects everything about them, from their vision to their sense of smell, to starts with short-term memory loss, but it becomes about so much more because it is the brain that's deteriorating. And so we walk to support those individuals and to support their caregivers and their care partners and make sure they understand this disease. And so we'll be walking to make Alzheimer's a memory this Saturday in Pigeon Forge. It's our Smoky Mountain Walk. We've been doing that for, I think, over 30 years. Jill's been, and her family has been there for a lot of them. And so we want to make sure people know they can come out and join us and honor their loved one. And whether that's a caregiver you want to walk for, maybe someone you go to church with, you know, who is a caregiver. And it's hard to figure out how to be supportive sometimes for those families. And we always tell people to be sure you ask and make specific offers if you want to try to be helpful. So say, hey, I know you need to go to the hairdresser, you know, can I come hang out at your house, you know, if you can't leave your loved one alone. So those are some of the tips, but for caregivers. But we want to make sure we're walking for the caregivers and those who are living with this disease, and then also maybe even in memory of a loved one. I think a lot of us know and or loved someone who lived with this disease, and so this Saturday is a great opportunity. It's a lot of fun. We have free food. It's pet friendly. It's family friendly. There will be games. There will be music. There will be food. And we do have some really exciting champions for the cause who are joining us. Dylan Loy, the UT baseball pitcher, who's coming out to show his support, and then Hannah McKay, who is a graduate of Pigeon Forge High School, where this is happening, and she is also Miss Tennessee volunteer for the year. So we're excited to have them be a part of this as well. And actually, I misspoke. Dylan is a graduate of Pigeon Forge High School. Hannah is a graduate of Seymour.
Yes. Well, lots of local ties there for sure, and a big walk this weekend. Thank you both so much for talking more about this, and of course, good luck on the walk this weekend.
Yeah, people can show up or sign up now.
Okay, and they can go online to do that.
There you go.
That's right. Now.